What is up? It is Marcus, and today we are in a game between TinyDragon playing IS Constructs and FlyingFinn playing SP Meta. Did I do it right?
Yeah, there you go. That was perfect. I
Okay,
love it.
thank you.
Very good.
I
Anyway,
tried
so
my
say
best.
say again. Well, first of all, what we were talking about with FS and SP, because now I kind of we just had a nice rant, but now I have to say it again. So
Yeah, so I think that with SP and FS, like their faction bonuses are essentially like the reward would be the same, right? You just have more Nora. It's kind of basic and stupid. But with SP, there's more of a condition around it in the sense that like you have to deploy more champions and keep like a tempo going, or else like I think we saw the last game. I only caught the end, but Flying Finn kind of stopped deploying champions. And if you're not deploying champions, you just don't have a faction bonus, right?
yeah,
Uh, and with FS, it doesn't have to be that way. You can do the whole UD like rush in, and then you have your couple guys. You just cast a bunch of spells and relics and whatever, and you're good, right?
mm,
Um, but with SP, you can't do that. You have to keep up the tempo and keep deploying, and that's also why you will see. I think just like more champions, like a higher count of champions in the deck.
yeah,
So
exactly,
I kind of
exactly.
hate this play that Tiny did here. I really, really, really don't like moving the Megalith Guardians outside of the Megalith range, like ever.
Mm,
Um, and now that one is so far away, he's gonna have -2 range. It's gonna die at some point, right?
yeah,
Uh, it's just not a play I like at all. I always like I like to play a lot safer with my Megalith Guardians because the Megalith is rather useless without them.
yeah. You mained the constructs too for a while, so it actually makes sense that you're talking about it.
Yeah, yeah. I think people just play too aggressively with them and really like only if you can pull off some huge play, right? You want to like because now even for this turn, right? He's at 1 to 3 range. Not that he could do a whole lot with it, right?
Yeah.
But and you have the less damage, less defense. You really
Well,
don't want those guys to
one thing
die.
that was strong here though in this play is that it got the defensive turtle out from the fire case, for one, and he caused the Harbinger to be deployed bot. Whereas SP with his like really nice aggressive deploy. That's one of the nice things about SP, and that's how I'm playing my meta battle group actually, is playing a lot of champions that have effects on the board. Where, for example, Harbinger, you deploy it, but it's also on the board already. It's already attacking because of the range, and
Yeah,
he wants to
where
play
it's like it
aggressive
keeps your
too,
tempo
right?
up, but it's a spell kind of, right?
Say again?
Like where it keeps your tempo up, but it's
Yeah,
also kind of like a spell.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's good for everything. I also think like you said, it is a really good counter to Firecase or anything with the defensive turtle ability, um, to kind of set off the defensive turtle with the aura, right? Because then they lose. It's like they immobilize or I guess turn off that champ for a turn, right?
Mm.
And I that's really strong.
Oh, is it gonna be a pull here? Ah, no. Stone Barrage. Is it a kill? A bit off, but the aura
Yeah, but now he
kills.
has to move the guardian out of
Perfect aura. Yeah, the
range.
guard. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he deals 50. He deals with the 51 Nora Cyclopean Fire Case, but he was forced to play the Rock Collection on a rather squishy summon. But it should still be fine, right? It can always just move back and forth with its Stone Barrage. So good kill.
Yeah, but unless he deploys another Megalith right now, so that the first one has the Guardian still, he can just double tap that one summon with the Harbinger, and then the Megalith is permanently weaker, right?
Yeah.
So just because of that, I don't necessarily like that play.
The one reason I think it's good is because he's putting on so much pressure, right? And if you're playing IS constructs, I always thought IS constructs are the ones who have to play super defensive, but he's the one who's playing aggressively here, which makes them so scary because then all of a sudden, and that's the whole idea of like a good or a good defense is a good offense, and that's the whole idea here, where the whole time Flying Finn is the one who's trying to deal with TinyDragon, where it should be the other way around.
Yeah, no, my favorite, like the reason I've played constructs for so long and why I like them so much is like you can just pivot your play style like so much based on what you need, right? Like I think a lot of these like more summony battle groups, like they rely too much on the summons. Like I played a lot of mix, and I feel like if I play like FW or something, I'm totally fucked, right?
Yeah.
Um, but with constructs, you can like go away from that, and you can also do that in the sense of playing like aggressively or defensively. But yeah, like that was a good move, taking out the Megalith Guardian there.
Yeah, got rid of one of them. But this Armored Fresh is
I
kind
like
of
this Primal too.
the what?
I said I like the Primal too. I think that's a good rune.
Yeah, for sure. It's also a brute, haha. But again, a champion with initiative in SP. So it's a deploy. You get, let's say, 6-7 Nora back, so it's 63 Nora. And then if you get like a nice pummel off, you're cracked. Or that's where, for example, the Primal as well as the Harbinger are just really good with the thrower then. The Gerhard thrower.
Yeah, yeah, thrower is crazy strong. Especially like I've never just played like a aggressively themed SP meta deck, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't end up deploying the Megalith, so now this one is just going to be -2 range, -2 damage, less defense, right?
Yeah.
It's just not nearly as effective, especially with the Sentinel, right? Like on this map, everything is so condensed into this mid font, right? That having the 1 to 5 range Sentinel is crazy, right? And now you just don't have that.
Yeah. But he has nothing to really be afraid of. I think it'd be worse if there was something in the middle that was like, oh shit, I have to deal with it. But right now, it's an armored fesh and a stonecaller, both are at half health.
Yeah, yeah, his guys all have so much defense as well.
Echo chamber, yeah, the Hoplite, whatever it is, Hoplite with the pile driver who has 4 base defense is crazy. Right.
Yeah, I've noticed. I've never tried out that rune, the Hoplite or whatever. I've noticed Tiny, like whenever he plays constructs, he always runs it, and aid defense is really strong for sure.
I think it got cheaper though. It used to not be 72 because I remember looking at constructs quite a bit myself, and I never saw him as a good idea. But enduring aura in IS is crazy, and then you have regen because of the complex machine, vigilance, and a defense. Like for 72 Nora, did he get cheaper?
Yeah, it's really strong. It's just it's just so kind of pigeonholed into like that defender role though. Like that's my main issue with it. Is like if you do want to push or be aggressive, it's difficult with something like him. Whereas even something like a Tinker, right, that has more defensive abilities in the sense of Mason and superior tanking, but then you can use Invigorate or Grant Aura offensively, right? I think it's just like a more balanced rune, not balanced design or like I guess balance wise, but like balanced and like you can use it for different things.
Yeah. This is I guess also where the Hoplite, I would kind of, if I'm comparing it right now to the pile driver, where they kind of both have a bit of the same role or a similar role of being the front line. If I'm against one of these two champions, I'm always going to be scary, like more scared of the pile driver,
Yeah, absolutely.
So again, a good offense is a good defense in a way. So
yeah, like the pile driver can just like almost one round things, especially when you have that he has the minister out, right? You have the minister out and you have the tinker out. Those two things just enable the pile driver so much because it's one downfall is the speed, right? And with those things, like that kind of doesn't matter. You got Invigorate, you got Battle Drum.
Yeah.
And he just like truly can one round things pretty easily.
Also playing the Rock Eater, interestingly. Also has Pummel. Why does everything in this game have Pummel now? Holy.
Yeah, it's all Pummel Barrage. It's kind of crazy.
Cyclops
I've
Primal.
never played Rock Eater. I just think like I think honestly most like immunities, vulnerabilities, and eater abilities just like really aren't worth it.
No.
To me at least. They're too like situational, easy to play around, and like a big Nora, I guess, sandbag.
I think the only now he has the Illuminate for the Armored Fesh. This should be a kill, right, with the Pummel. Let's see, double tap into another tap with a Protector, and then Megalith has an attack still. It was actually pretty close. Or does he? I mean, with an aura maybe. He still has 2 more things to calcify. He's now at. He doesn't have it. He needs aura.
You know what I'm saying? If you had the other Megalith Guardian, right? Like...
yeah.
You won't have to move his Megalith as close either.
Yeah, I don't think I care so much.
Yeah, leaving the Fesh alive isn't. I mean, it's not like the Fesh is gonna have like a crazy counter turn or something. I feel like.
Yeah, the only time I think we're going back to the Eater idea, like Eater and immunity. The only Eater or immunity ideas that I think are worth it are if you can Eater for yourself, right? So if you think of like the Oozing Slag, where you can heal your own champions up. Ooh, playing Grovel, okay, or Grovel Throw, whatever it's called.
No, I agree 100% with that. I think like obviously like Fire Eater or like even the Megalith having Magic Eater, right, where you can Magic Beam your own self, like that's a different story, right?
Perfect kill and then Armored Fesh.
Nice.
with the. Okay, well he kills with the rituals though. This should be a pretty big play now though. We'll maybe see 1 to 2 kills.
It has to be, or else, I mean, if it's not, it's
Yeah.
not good.
I mean, he has tough 1 on the Hoplite, so that shouldn't be the main thing he goes for. Megalith is all right, but he's not in range of Barrage, so he can't do it. So maybe he's just gonna go for the Pile Driver at 5 defense though.
I think
He's going for the Pile Driver. Not so fun.
to me, Megalith is already pretty weak. I would almost. I know the pile driver is arguably the hardest to kill here, but it also is like a Draxar Archer type situation where like with the Fury, right? Like before you know it, it's going to be multi-attack with 20 damage, and then like it gets a kill every single turn, and you're just it's snowballed too hard, right?
Yeah. And killing it also gives him the 2 Noro Globes safely, which is strong. I'd say get the kill this turn would be best, because then he gets both Noro Globes, and then he has the mana to just go off on the Hoplite.
Yeah, that would be ideal for sure. I don't know if he can do it though.
He got the Pacify off on the Protector, but he's not in the font. He has a double tap still with the Stonecaller, and he's at 14 damage. So it's 14 minus 5 is
That'd
9,
be 18.
9.
Yeah.
So it's a kill.
But then, does he have a way? Oh.
What's he doing? So is he killing with Manic now? He is.
Yeah, he just wants the Manic. Oh, it doesn't even work because
He gets the kill, but neither
Noro
the
Globe.
Aura. And he forgot his Primal in the back over there. Yeah, I wanted to move in with the wanted to protect against the Minister.
Yeah, I think I would have done it the way you were saying, where I just got the Nora Globes, right?
Yeah.
I think like when you're down fonts like this, even if you're SP, like that's just too important. Yeah.
Yeah, I talked about this in nice Barrage again. Forgot about that. Back up on off cooldown. I talked about this before where I said that does Magic Beam work? No, not if you're pacified. Yeah, he messed that up.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Because pacify means you can't use abilities too. But yeah, I was talking about SP or in general about like being down on fonts, is it doesn't really matter if your champions aren't dying and if you're getting Nora Globes. Because if I always talk about it as like meat grinder idea, where like you have if this is like the biggest thing against worms, right? Where you just get a big force up and they just can't move in because anything they deploy just dies right away. And I think you could have had that set up if you got both Nora Globes and then a deploy, like got both Nora Globes, deploy, and then like had the Harbingers kind of safe. He would have been able to kind of create that maybe, but no, neither Nora Globe here. I don't know.
And yeah, for me when I play constructs, like that's why I think the Veil Walker is like such a big part of like my strategy. Because when I'm in this situation, I drop the Veil Walker, right, and then the meat grinder thing is kind of less effective because the tariff, right? And you can just close out games where they would otherwise have opportunity to come back. But yeah, now the other Megalith's going to be just as strong as again with the Guardians. So I think it's over.
And he's keeping his. I mean, one of the Guardians is kind of in range of the Ritualist, but the other two are safe, and he only needs 2 for it to matter. And with it distracted on the Primal, he can't use Pummel, so he's not that scary anymore.
Yeah.
And even this Hoplite, look at this thing at 5 defense, tough 2. It was at 10 speed a second ago too, by the way, because it gains speed from the champions that have the same race as it.
The Protector's going to have a crazy counter turn to whatever he manages to do as well. Because there's no way he can kill it, and it's just going to be able to double tap whatever it wants at 20 damage. That has either.
Oh no. Yeah, it's GG.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Oh, he doesn't go up with the ritual actually. And again, that Noro Globe, oh my god, it's so juicy. I want it. But he's not gonna get it. Maybe deploys on it or something? Actually moves his
maybe I'll try the Hoplite. That rune, it does seem pretty good. I think things that didn't get changed in the game are like better than when I used to play, just because everything else is a little weaker, right? Like I've noticed there's stuff that's like considered really good or OP now, and it's the way it always was. It's just everything else is a little worse. Right?
Yeah, like Cyclops Primal is a good example. A champion that I've never seen before, and then all of a sudden just.
But it was a 2x2, right? I think at least that changed.
Ah, okay, that's true.
I'm like 90% sure.
All right. Oh, the
Oh,
Whisper is
that's
not bad. Either way,
oh,
GG. All right, good game.
yeah.